Hello, Bryer here. I know this video is a little bit late, but you know, I had the Chris Profi video, the albums of '85, and the vinyl collection video. Like all those three were already in production when I hit 1,000, so I want to get those videos done first before I sit down to make this video. So better late than never. But yeah, so the channel hit 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, I mean it's overwhelming to say the least, because you know, I mean, this whole journey has been overwhelming, especially with how fast things seem to be going. But yeah, I'm just kind of lost for words, really. So again, I just want to say thank you very much for all of you who have hit that subscribe button and helped me reach this milestone. Because I'll say this again, I said this before in past videos, but for the people who don't know, I started this channel like in 2020, and before this was kind of a side gig because I had a channel before and I was doing stuff with that. I was talking about cartoons mainly, and I was doing pretty well. And I started this channel because I loved music and I wanted to just kind of have a channel to talk about it a little bit. But again, I was kind of focusing on the other channel, so this channel was kind of not really the main focus. Then it wasn't until the end of 2021 where I was kind of getting bored of doing the stuff I was doing on the cartoon channel, and so I was kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was kind of just down, and so I was kind of contemplating what to do now. And then one day I thought, you know, I have a music channel, let's upload to that. And it was kind of there. It was I think it was November of 2021 where I kind of started to take this channel a bit more seriously. And yep, all of 2022 was just dedicated to this channel, and now in 2023, here we are. Again, it's not a lot of time, but it's just been just this wild ride, and I'm kind of happy to be a part of it. And just so many things have happened in this span of time. Like for the longest time, I didn't think I would ever collaborate with other people. I just thought I was always going to be in my own island, you know, gates up, no one's allowed on it. I was just going to be an observer and just sticking to what I do. But yeah, this channel has really helped me open up a little bit more. I've collaborated with other people that I consider friends now. So I want to shout out, of course, Jason, Adam, Garrett, Nick, even Rich and Rachel. Like all those people that I've gotten the chance to talk to and even work with and collaborate with. It's just been a lot of fun. It's just made this journey so much more enjoyable. So thank you for your friendship, and hopefully we'll collaborate even more in the future. But yeah, of course, when you hit 1,000, that means your channel is now eligible to be monetized. I do plan on doing that because you know, I do want to, because you know, I've put a lot of work into this channel, so it would be kind of nice to make a little bit of money. Like I don't think I'm gonna make like a ton load of money, but at least a little bit, just to make this even, just, you know, just a little bonus, shall we say. But yeah, of course, even though we hit 1,000, doesn't mean I'm going to stop. Of course, I'm going to keep going. Maybe we'll get to a 2,000, maybe 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. Okay, maybe not 100,000, but that would be pretty cool if we got to 100,000. But you know, baby steps, baby steps. And you know, this could be the open door to other things we can do. Like maybe we'll start Patreon, I don't know. That's just a thought. It's just a thought, but you know, not now. But yeah, so again, thank you so much for the support, for the people who comment and like and just overall enjoy what I do. Again, this makes this all worthwhile. So again, I very much appreciate it. So hopefully you're still sticking around, because I do have other things to talk about. Since we've hit 1,000, I feel the time is right to finally host my own contest, because I've participated in a couple contests in the past, so I thought, why not give it a go? We'll see how many people participate, and I just want to see how it goes. So I've actually had this idea for months now, so hopefully you'll enjoy this one, because this contest it'll hopefully it would unlock another creative side of you, because I do want this to kind of be like a way for people in the VC to get a little bit creative and do something a little bit different. I'm not sure if somebody's done this before, so if somebody has done something like this before, then I'm sorry for unknowingly stealing your idea. But hopefully mine's different enough. It's kind of more my own. So what I'm going to be calling this contest is basically you're going to create your own concept album. And I'm putting quotes over concept album because in hindsight it's kind of more like basically a playlist, basically, but it's going to be a little bit different. So I did write this stuff on a piece of paper, so I'm going to try and explain this. Of course, if there's stuff that you're still unsure about, please let me know in the comments and ask away. Hopefully I can clarify things out. So for the work, I do have requirements, but they're kind of loose. Not kind of loose to base. So again, the first one's optional. You don't have to do it, but it would be very much appreciated. It would be very nice if you are a subscriber to the channel. But again, it's optional. You don't have to subscribe, but again, that would be very much appreciated. You can make a video on this, so you can make a video response, or I am willing to allow you just doing it in the comments below, but I kind of prefer a video. That's just a personal thing. So yeah, so take that for what you will. Once you've uploaded a video, you can either contact me, like either just write a comment saying you've uploaded. Don't need to send a link, I'll find it. Or if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you can just DM me or message me there, or even Facebook. If we're friends on Facebook, you can let me know that too. But yeah, that's all the requirements basically. Again, a lot of the requirements are kind of loose. You don't have to follow them exactly, but again, this is just, again, the video is what I prefer, but you can also comment. All right, moving on. So for these concept albums, what you're going to be doing, you're just going to be taking a bunch of songs from your like personal library or any songs you happen to know inside your head. And again, you're just going to make your own concept album or just a very embellished playlist or a very elaborate playlist. And you're going to try and make these under 3 prompts. You can choose one. If you want to do all 3, I mean, be my guest, but you can do up to 1 if you want. So the 3 prompts. The first prompt is to have all the songs relate to one theme. So the theme could be anything. It could be about, life. It could be, nature. It could be love, heartbreak, the ocean, space, like those types of very universal themes. Like you can try to see if you can make a playlist or concept album on all the songs that that fit in that theme. So that's prompt 1. Prompt 2, this one will be a little bit more tricky. You're going to take the songs and see if you can take the songs, and the playlist will be based on a TV show, movie, or book. So take whatever like story that you happen to enjoy, again, whether TV show, movie, or book, and see if you can take the songs from your library and see if you can retell the stories just with the songs in your library. So this one's gonna be a little bit interesting. So that's kind of one I'm kind of looking forward to the most. See how many people do that one, because again, kind of making you kind of think outside the box. Like, what song would fit well for this scene, or this part of a book, or if it kind of oops, and my background. It's been a while since this has happened, where my background just falls asleep on me. I'm leaving it in. But as I was saying, so yeah, whether a song kind of fits in the scene of the book, or it kind of establishes the characters or establishes the overall setting of the story. So that'll be an interesting one. So that was another prompt you can do. And the last prompt you can do is tell your unique story. So if you happen to be a writer yourself and you want to see if you can tell your story with just songs you know, that's another one to do. That's probably going to be one that's the most difficult, because again, you're going to have to create your own story yourself, or maybe not, I don't know. But that's going to be another one I'm going to be probably looking forward to the most, like the TV, movie, book, and the unique story is the one I'm probably looking forward to the most. Like the songs relate to a theme, like that's probably the easiest one to do, because again, it's just one theme, and you just have to take the songs that fit in that one. So yeah, those are the 3 prompts you can choose from. So another set of directions of if you're either doing it in the comments or if you're doing a video, I would like for you to kind of explain why you chose these songs, why they're in this concept album, like how does it fit the mood, or does it represent something, that sort of thing. You're gonna try and make it as cohesive as possible, but I'm gonna be kind of lenient on that one, because that's easier said than done. I'd say the difference is that if say at one point you have a monkey song, then the next song is a Opeth song, like it kind of doesn't really work too well. Unless you build up to it, then maybe it'll work, which I'll demonstrate when I talk about my example, I should say. When it comes to a time limit, I am going to have like a time limit, because obviously I don't want a 5-hour concept album. At most 2 hours at most. That's usually the length of a double CD, like for example, like the Smashing Pumpkins Infinite Sadness, like that one, that's like over 2 hours. Like we'll kind of keep it up there, like 2 hours and below. You can make it as long as a single LP, like 40 minutes, or you can make like a double LP, which is about an hour or hour and a half or so. That sort of thing, but nothing over 2 hours. And that's pretty much it for directions. So let's talk about the deadline. So obviously this is probably going to take, for some people it's going to take a lot of time, because obviously this is something I like to do a lot in my spare time, and it definitely takes me a bit to create my own like concept albums. So I'm going to give you 2 months. So this is going to be out on the 2nd, hopefully. But so I'm going to give you until June 1st. So roughly 2 months from now, a little bit less than that, but roughly 2 months. That will be the deadline to turn it in, and then I'm not accepting any more. So then on the 3rd, so 2 days later, because I am going to be judging these playlists or concept albums, and I'm going to reveal the winners for each of the categories on June 3rd. So keep that in your calendar. So again, deadlines is June 1st. And the reveal of the winners will be 2 days later on the 3rd. So now, prizes. So, not going to be too crazy in prizes. I'm just going to do gift cards. So, each prompt, so there'll be 3 winners, and each one will be for each prompt. So, if whoever wins the songs related to a theme, you're going to get a $20 Amazon gift card. All of them are Amazon gift cards. If whoever wins the TV show, movie, book category, you'll get a $30 Amazon gift card. Now, if you own your unique story, then because, again, personally, I feel like it's probably going to be the hardest one to do. If you can do a unique story, you have potential to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So there you go. Those are the prizes for this contest. So hopefully that entices you enough. So now I'm going to try to go through this quickly, because I'm not sure how long this video is going. So again, stay with me, it's because I do want to quickly go over give you an example on what you could do, how it's kind of structured if you're doing a video essay or a video response, and this could kind of follow into the comment version as well. So let me just get my example here, because I am going to show some albums here. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing the second prompt. So in your video, just let me know which prompt you're doing. If you want to do all 3 prompts, then I think I'm not sure. Yeah, you're gonna have to make them separate videos. Let's do that. So if you're gonna do all three or more than one, then just make them separate and then let me know that how many you're submitting. But I'm just gonna stick with one. So in your video, just say which prompt you're gonna do, and I'm gonna be doing based on a TV show, movie, or book. Once you said that, if you're doing it based on a TV show, movie, or book, just specify what you're actually basing it on. So for me, I'm actually going to do a TV show, an animated TV show, a Japanese animated TV show, and the show is called Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury, and this came out in late last year, actually. So obviously, if you're doing it based on something like this, there is spoilers maybe involved. I don't really care if you spoil it. Personally, I don't care. If you want to keep it vague, do so. I'm going to try to keep mine vague. So, like, again, just want to let you know. So, give like a basic summary of the plot. So, basically, Mobile Suit Gundam is kind of like a whole franchise. It involves giant mecha suits, robot suits, and there's a lot of fighting. Usually the series is notable for its critique on capitalism and corruption and stuff like that. And so this is actually the most recent entry into this franchise. So yeah, so here we go. So the album's going to start from this album. So we're taking a song from Animals. I'm going to go with Pigs on a Wing 1. Because, you know, like I said, like the whole Mobile Suit Gundam franchise deals with the critique of capitalism, corruption. And so what better album to start it is an album that also talks about it. And of course, Pigs on the Wing 1 kind of is a good way to kind of set the tone of the album. So that's going to be track 1. Next, I'm going to take an album from Strange Days by The Doors, and I'm going to go with People Are Strange. So track 2 is People Are Strange. This one kind of represents the main character, who kind of suffers from a little bit of social anxiety. She's very shy, kind of just trying to fit in with her new surroundings at this school. But again, when you have social anxiety, it's kind of tough. You know, people are strange to her, basically. So that's track 2. Now, my playlist isn't perfect, or concept album isn't perfect. It's, you know, there are some songs I do want to kind of change out, but I just want to have an example. So I'm just stick what I have, but I am going to see if I can switch things around it someday. But next up I am going to go for a song on REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity. I'm going to go with Tough Guys. So there's a second main character into this story, and this person is kind of involved in an arranged marriage. And so the main character kind of comes in, kind of helps her get out of that arranged marriage. And, you know, this second main character, the person she was going to marry, is kind of this big tough guy, you know, kind of this big shot, very, very arrogant guy. And so, yeah, that person didn't like him. So yeah, didn't like the tough guys, shall we say. So track 3. Okay, so we're kind of going back to the main character's own kind of internal conflicts about just dealing with anxiety, just dealing with everything going on. So we're gonna take a song from this album, Pet Sounds, and I'm gonna go with That's Not Me, because again, same idea of just trying to fit in, and you're trying to prove that you're capable of bigger things when deep down you kind of feel like you're not. So yeah, that's pretty much what it represents. Next, we're going $1 Billion Babies, the title track from this album. So again, dealing with corruption, we have a lot of the parents in the main ensemble, because obviously we have the two main, and then we have other supporting characters closer to their age, because they're all teenagers in a sense. And so really the main antagonist is really all the adults, some of their parents are all involved in this like political that's laced with corruption. And so to the parents, they kind of just see the kids as just pawns to do their bidding, and so that's going to be involved later in this album. So we're going with that. Next, again, going back even more into the main character's turmoil, because now that she's starting to see more of the dark side on what she's getting involved into, and of course she has to deal with the whole the mega suit, robot suit. So again, she's starting to kind of question kind of her relationships now. Starting to really question like who is really a friend and who is really trying to take advantage of me. And so the song that represents that for me is from this album, Who by Numbers, and it's going to be How Many Friends. Again, that song kind of, or pretty much sums it up perfectly in my opinion, like almost note for note basically. When that certain scene happened, which again I'm keeping it vague, yeah, I immediately thought of that song. So now the main character tries to confide in her mother. And her mother kind of is not, there's something ominous about her. Like she has some big plan, and she has something against a lot of the big higher ups. And so she kind of is trying to get her revenge on the people that she thinks have wronged her. And so now that her daughter is coming to her and she is kind of just saying how she's feeling, the mother is taking advantage of our main character's emotional state and trying to use it against her for her favor. And so to me, Mother from Pink Floyd represents that perfectly, about kind of a mother. Even though the song's more like a overprotective mother, I think it works with manipulative parents as well, if that makes sense. So usually going with that. And now, from here, I'd say this is about the end of side 1, because I'm kind of fitting more on a single LP. So, the open side 2, I'm going to go with, from John Lennon's Imagine, I'm going with I Don't Want to Be the Soldier Mama, I Don't Want to Die. So now, her mother is convincing her to use the giant mecha suit and just try to see if to use it to create this whole rebellion against these higher ups, and so the main character is kind of going through another turmoil where she doesn't know, because she doesn't really want to do it, but the mother is kind of convincing her, like, if you don't do it, then your friend, which is the one that was in that arranged marriage, is going to suffer for it. And so she's kind of like, well, I don't want that to happen. So now she's in this kind of back and forth, like, I don't want to do it, but I kind of have to. So we have this song to show this. So now the album's starting to get a little bit heavier. And then it goes into Children of the Grave from Black Sabbath. So now it's really getting heavier now. So again, the song is really about how children should be the beacon light to all the stuff that the past generation did, and the song to me represents that as well. But then again, you still have the darkness in the song as well. So yeah, that kind of represents the show in a sense. And then I was kind of debating whether to have it on, because this is kind of the heaviest song on this concept album. But after some more thinking it over, I thought, why not? Because I think I've built up to this song enough to where I think it's warranted to be on here. So I'm going with The Duelist by Iron Maiden. So again, huge shift, because the first song was Pigs on a Wing by Pink Floyd, and now we're going to some heavy metal. And so you see how I kind of built up to that, to this song, rather than just have it just be there just for the sake of it. So yeah, The Duelist, I kind of see it more. I kind of see the song representing, again, our main character's mother, kind of hammering in the idea of you gotta fight for this. You gotta do this. You gotta enjoy this. You gotta relish in the revenge. We're gonna wreak havoc on these people that have wronged us. So there you go. again, it also represents a lot of the action scenes, because the show has a lot of action scenes as well. So yeah, I definitely want to have something a little heavier. And then after that, this is kind of where we have a major shift, because once the song ends, we get to the final song on this concept album. And luckily I do have the vinyl copy. We're going to go with the title track to Supertramp's Crime of the Century. And yeah, because basically what the mother's trying to get her daughter to participate in is basically, in essence, like a terrorist attack, basically. So yeah, which is, to me, is the crime of the century. And one of the lyrics in that song is that rip off the mask and let's see, because the mother has like this like weird like goggle like mask thing that she's kind of used as like a little, like, you know in like sci-fi there's always that character with the glasses that kind of they use to as like a little computer and all that stuff. And so that's kind of like a little mask where you can't see her eyes, so you can't really tell what she's thinking, because she's, again, like I said, she kind of has this very there's something about her that's not off. And you would think I would end the album with Pigs on a Wing 2, but the show is still going. It's not over yet, which the second season is starting next week, now that I think of it. So the show's still going, but that's basically the concept album for season 1. So there you have it. That is my example. And that's kind of a rough estimate of how I want your video responses to be like. So again, hopefully you can participate in this. If you can comment below, letting me know that you're gonna participate in this. Again, if you can do this in the you can do your entry in the comments as well. But again, I kind of prefer video. That's just me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully this will give you a chance to be a little bit creative. Again, all the directions are going to be in the description, so you can refer to it. You can go back to it, or you can watch this whole video again. I don't know. But again, before I go, again, one more time, just thank you so much for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. And of course, we're going to keep going, and I'll keep delivering on the good content that you have been subscribed to. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and goodbye for now.